So here we are, back on the router table. Cabinet, I should say, not necessarily a table. And what I've got is the two center sections here and the back that I now need to route the groove, the dado, let's be exact here. I gotta route the dado that will accept the bottom of the section that will hold a router in this router cabinet. Now, I would like to normally have done this as one solid piece so that I know everything lines up exact, but I can't always do that. So in this case, what I've done, I've got the two pieces butted up together, lined up pretty accurate here. We're going to take our straight edge. We've already got our marks made. What I use, by the way, is a storyboard. What I did is I drew a line, and that's where I went ahead and I put a straight edge down. And I ran my circular saw down one side with the wide end, down the other side with the narrow end. And then I also took the current router that I have with a 1/2 inch bit in it, which is what I normally use, and I scored a dado down here. And I measured each and every one of them. That way I know exactly what each measurement is, and I don't know if you can really see that or not. Kind of in the shade here right now, so I can't see exactly what's on the camera or not. But I got the number, the dimensions written down on here. That way, every time I go to do this, I grab my board just as a reminder to myself. Even though I think I know it, I don't always know it the way I should. So we've got our straight edge. We're going to go ahead and put our marks on here. By the way, one other quick tip. Sometimes when you go ahead and you make that little bitty mark in the particle board, and then you'll go away and you come back and you're looking, and particle board has dark spots, light spots. You can't always see it. Whoa, my face is huge in the camera right now. What I like to do is when I make that mark, I make a big old circle around it. That way I know that's my mark right there each and every time. It's just a little tip of what I like to do. You might have much better eyes than I do, but I ain't wearing these glasses for fashion, that's for sure. So let's go ahead, get our straight edge put down. Hopefully this doesn't go awry. And we'll lock that in place. Oh, and of course, sometimes these locks, they do wear out over time. And this one here is definitely getting worn out. Alright. One other thing I like to do, well, of course, forgot a tool. Right back. Just because I know everything is lined up, just because I know my marks are exact. Yeah, right. I like to use my speed square up against there and just kind of verify. By the way, for those of you keeping track, it is -5 out here today. So I'm going to get done what I can. Don't look for much. Off before you plug it in, otherwise you're going to end up with some gouges in the wood. Don't ask me how I know. I also like to go ahead and extend my line just so I know I've got this where I want it. And to be perfectly honest, I made a mistake already. I'm doing this backwards. Hold that thought. Okay. Some of you are asking and scratching your heads, what'd you do wrong? Straight edge was there. Notice the straight edge has moved. It was back here, it's up here. What I like to do is to set my straight edge run my dado through, and then rather than move the straight edge, I've got this custom made broken piece of plywood, and happens to be right around exactly a 1/4 inch thick. And what I'll do is I place that right here along my straight edge, put my router up against it, and slide the whole assembly on down. That way everything is based right off of here. Usually it works out pretty well. Hopefully this time it'll do the same. Let's check it out. Brush it out. Moment of truth. Did it work this time or not? Oh, look at there. Perfect fit. Slides on through very well. I want this one to be a little bit loose, by the way, because of the fact that these are 2 separate boards. There could be a little bit of difference in them. And once this whole thing is glued up, nailed, screwed, everything else, I can't take it apart and make it bigger. So if it's a little wide, no big deal. Right now, it needs to be. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and set up the back, get that one cut, and we'll see what else I feel like doing today.